Okay, you've been trying to fix your credit. You're going through the dispute process. You've tried disputing things online. You've tried different dispute letters and templates and things, and trying to figure out, why am I not getting things taking off? Why the credit bureau is telling me everything meets the guidelines, meets FCRA. So if you've seen that, let me tell you a better way to go ahead and get items disputed off your credit. Here I got 8 steps on how to do that. Number 1, organize the information for the dispute process. You want to create a document for each credit report, Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. On that document, you want to have the account name, the address of the company, any inaccuracies or errors that you see on the credit report, entries for incorrect information. Pro tip, here's what you want to do. You want to add in LexisNexis, Innovis, and CoreLogic to that list that you want to track to ensure that you cover all the data sources providing that negative information on your credit. You also want to track your disputes with a spreadsheet containing timelines and responses so you can manage that, because that's where a lot of people get lost is they get lost in the back and forth that happens in the dispute process, and then they get turned around or they get disgruntled and or get tired and they wear you down. That's what they want to do. Number 2, you want to track your documentation, and this is important. The best practice is to create a folder for each credit bureau, each of those bureaus, and in that folder it should contain the letters and responses that went to and back to them from you and then back to you. You want to have updated versions of your credit report. So each month as you're working on your credit, you want to print out that credit report and then add it into the file so you can see a progression of things falling off and things coming on, or if in the case you may just see reports not fall off but update, you can compare from one month to another those updates, and so you can keep track of your progress. And then I recommend that you use your camera phone and take pictures of each of your letters before you send them out. Now when you're sending letters to the creditors, I recommend you also send them certified mail, pay a little extra, and then also have the return receipt so that you can track the delivery of those items so the creditor can't ignore them and say we never received it. Step 3, use only mail dispute letters. Never dispute online. The key here is avoid online disputes because they waive your right to receive the method of verification, which is essential for ensuring that credit bureaus contact the creditors properly. Online disputes also exempt the bureaus from some documentation requirements when verifying the information with the data furnishers. That's the creditors. Pro tip, include Metro 2 compliance language in your dispute letters to increase their accountability. I recommend you include in your letters, if you're making your own letters, include the words, I request confirmation that this account complies with Metro 2 standards. If it does not, it must be removed. Step 4, fixing the personal identifiers before you dispute. It's important that before you start disputing the negative items on your account, make sure that you send out the personal identifier letters that'll have address corrections, name variations removed, employer stuff. Before you submit the disputes, make sure that's all cleaned up first. They will greatly increase the chance of success. It becomes more difficult for the credit bureaus to link negative accounts if your personal information is updated. I recommend that you remove old addresses, phone numbers, and name variations to reduce the chances of incorrect mismatches from that data. I also recommend that you update your address with creditors, even on the closed accounts, to ensure accurate reporting. So before you start this, call all your creditors and make sure they got your updated contact information, name, address, and phone number. Step 5, suppress and freeze the reports with the data miners. So with that, you want to freeze your information with LexisNexis, Innovis, CoreLogic, and SageStream. as well as the other data miners, to limit third-party access to your credit history. Gatekeeping. Now, you want to suppress these reports, and by doing so, it reduces the chance of negative items reappearing on your main credit report later. So, again, ultimate gatekeeping. As a pro tip, I recommend that after you freeze them, you wait 20 to 30 days before you start sending your dispute letters. This gives enough time for all your freeze requests to be granted and trickle through and filter through the system. Yes, I know it seems like a long time to wait because you're anxious to get your credit together, but by waiting that 20 to 30 days now, it goes a long way towards getting the items you want removed and getting the updates that you need and want get done faster later on. So you wait now so that things go faster later. Step 6. Here's strategies to maximize the impact of your dispute letters. Number 1, use leverage. And so what do I mean by that? You want to dispute items with the main bureaus as well as the secondary bureaus, and that'll strengthen your position. Why? Because by doing that, you may end up deleting the data miner information they may delete first. Then you can take your deletions from them and say, look, TransUnion, Experian, Equifax, Innovis already deleted it, so it must not be no good. So they deleted it, so you might as well delete it too. Again, that goes a long way, because so sometimes they won't even go through the trouble of doing an independent investigation. If you've already shown it's been deleted through the secondary bureaus, they will just follow suit, get it done that much faster. Step 7. Here's some recommended steps that I think you should do before you dispute your items and before sending out those dispute letters. Again, obviously you want to request your credit reports from all the bureaus. That's TransUnion, Experian, Equifax, as well as the independent agencies LexisNexis and Innovis. Number 2, you want to send out personal identifier letters to correct any and all discrepancies that you see on your credit in terms of your name, date of birth, address, employer. Then you want to suppress and freeze your credit reports with the secondary bureaus, aka data miners, to make sure that they're locked up. Then you want to organize your information for all your dispute letters. Again, tracking them, what you sent out, what response you got to the letter that was sent out, what was sent out next, because sometimes we got to go a first round, second round, third round, as many times as it takes to get these things off of credit. It's a back and forth process that is part of the game. And then lastly, creating that tracking system that I talked about so that you can keep track of all of this so you don't get turned around and get confused and then give up. And then you want to track it in such a way that you follow up everything in a 30 to 45 day window so that the turn time for everything you send and receive as you're working through these items should be in a 30 to 45 day turnaround, which is in line with what the Fair Credit Reporting Act says, that creditors and credit bureaus, the allotted time they have legally to once they receive your request, to investigate and then give you an answer. And step 8 of the dispute process is something I kind of, there's some extra things you can do. You can try to dispute the various entities all at the same time. That can get a little tricky, but by disputing them all at the same time, it can help strengthen your position. By using personal identifier deletions to influence the other creditors, because in other words, as you get progress and success from one party, you can use that to show the other parties, look, we already got this thing cleared up with them. If they can be assured that your answer has already been worked out from somebody else, they will follow suit because it saves them time and money investigating and working it out themselves. So I request the following think that you should do. You should request your credit reports from the major credit bureaus and the reporting agencies. You should suppress or freeze your reports with the independent data miners. You should complete the credit report review checklist. I can provide that for you. And you can prepare or organize dispute letters and use personal identifiers as a first step. Now, you can do all of that, but you could also go to my platform, Credit Builder. You go to my platform. If you register and you go to my platform and have access to the free credit reports platform, you register for that. I can grant you access to the platform, and you can do all of this. The system will do all this tracking for you. I still recommend that you might want to print out and have that paper hard copy file, but the system will track all of this for you. The system will create your letters for you. It will do all of that for you. So you can do all of this manually yourself, or you can register at the link below, and then I can get you signed up and give you access to my credit reporting platform, and it'll make the job a lot easier for you. So so that's what I recommend you do. And in the next video, I'm going to explore how to send debt validation letters to collectors and negotiate settlements. That way you'll have an additional tools for your credit repair success. So stay tuned for that. Until next time, you guys take care. Peace.